What's up with it? Welcome to Beats, Rhymes, and Life podcast, episode number 7. Boy Stack Doe De Niro in the building. BRL crew definitely about to bring you what you need for that week in review for everything going on in the world of hip hop. I'm definitely gonna be joined by my co-host Tangi in a minute. It's been some crazy traffic out here right in front of Georgia Avenue, right in front of the studio, man. I think it's a marathon going on. So seen a lot of people just out there in their street clothes. I didn't really see too many marathon runners, but that's what I was told. So you know, we'll go with that. We'll definitely go with that. And yeah, I'm waiting for my little document to pull up. So yeah, man, I hope everybody had a good week. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Got a nice little show, nice little chunk of good stuff for y'all today. As soon as my computer want to give me some act right. That's why you should never depend on technology. But in the meantime, between time, make sure y'all following us on social media. Hit us up on Instagram at Beats Rhymes Lyfe with a Y. We're also on Facebook at BRL Podcast DMV. We're also on iTunes. We're on Spotify. We're also on Google Play as well, so you can catch up with all the latest shows. And there go my phone ringing right there. Have no idea who this is. I'm going to have to ignore that. Sorry, y'all. Can't be calling when I'm in the middle of the show, you know what I'm saying? Damn, man. I guess they didn't see the Facebook and the social media posts. But anyway, like I was saying, catch up with us on social media. We're on Facebook at BRL Podcast DMV, on Twitter at BRL Crew DMV, on IG, like I said, at Beats, Rhymes, and Life with a Y. And make sure you follow us on iTunes, Spotify, and subscribe to us on YouTube, to that YouTube channel as well. And don't hesitate to rate, review, and leave us some feedback too, man, because we like to interact with you, the listener. We'd like to know how y'all feel. You know, any sorts of suggestions or just any feedback y'all got on any of our topics is greatly appreciated and welcome. So, you know, make sure y'all definitely hit us up. Also, this week's episode, let me not forget this, is brought to you by Capital District Clothing, providing you with a unique, high-quality brand of fashion driven solely by portraying and raising awareness of the DMV culture. Capital District Clothing, it's a lot more than politics. For more info, hit them up on IG at capital.district.co and online at www.capital-district.com. One announcement too, make sure y'all hip to this, man. Big event going on next weekend. Got the Hip Hop Museum DC pop-up experience presenting the grand closing gala at the Blind Wino. That's going down March 16th from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. So it's an all-day affair. You know what I'm saying? You know, whatever time you can find to make down there, you know, you got a large window of time to work with. So get your ass down there. Check it out. It's the grand closing gala. On the agenda is going to be a museum viewing. They're going to have a panel discussion on why we must document and preserve hip-hop culture, memorabilia dedications and unveilings for DJ Cool, Busy B, Big Daddy Kane, my man. Also, LL Cool J, Ladies Love, you know what I'm saying? That was another one of my favorite rappers back in the day. And Knowledge reigns supreme over everyone. I'm talking about KRS-One. He's going to have some memorabilia dedicated and unveiled at the thing. You also going to have induction ceremonies, in-person induction ceremonies now for Biz Markie, the Beat Nuts, DJ Doo-Wop. You're going to have a beat battle between the beat conductors, DJ B-Dub, DJ Iron, DJ Book, and also live performances by the Beat Nuts, Busy B, DJ RBI, and more to be announced. So slide on over to hhmdcgala.eventbrite.com. Make sure you get your tickets. That's hhmdcgala.eventbrite.com. Cheek, come here, bruh. Oh, I'm saying you can come on now, brother. Got you. So I'm gonna do my spiel. I'm gonna keep doing my spiel. Yeah. So We got a special guest. Yeah, we live. You know, that's how we rock. You know what I'm saying? We rock live and direct. It don't matter. Come have a seat, brother. It don't matter. You can bring that in here, bro.
All right. I know you're DC. I don't never want to disrespect nobody.
Sit down, bro. You bring that shit up in here, dog. Yeah,
peace. DC, what's up?
Y'all see who we got up in this motherfucker, man? Rap legend.
What's going on?
The fabulous. None other than Chi Ali, man. What's going on with you, bro?
Everything is healthy.
That shit smell good too, man.
I'm glad you indulge.
Well, not on the I do indulge, but I'm gonna keep it professional right now. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna keep it unprofessional.
Yeah, that's what we here for.
But you know what? This is kind of my profession because I'm in so much in cahoots and working with so many of the different legislators and people that's working with the weed movement out here.
Yeah.
As well as nationwide. My boy Virgil out in Cali, he's done a lot of the legislative work for New York. What's good, baby? How you? You know what I'm saying? So it's actually a great movement, and I'm glad that I'm able to be a part of it because I feel like for so many years the blood, sweat, and tears from the weed has been put on our backs. We've been the people doing the time.
Pull that mic
and
up.
And now that they legalized it, it's like the motherfuckers with felons, we can't get dispensaries. But we the ones that pulled out the blood, sweat, and tears for this shit. And now that y'all saying
still do too,
now y'all saying it's okay, y'all want to push us out.
Can't get no money off that. Nah, we got to get that.
That's crazy.
And we got to get that.
I'm totally against that. Like I feel like all the people, especially in the states where it's legalized, they supposed to have their records expunged immediately, and they should be up for consideration for some of these dispensaries and things of that nature. Like I know in Maryland, in the state of Maryland, NAACP pulled out a class action lawsuit because it's I think it's like 103 dispensaries or something of that nature. But whatever the number is, it's only like 3 that's minority owned. So they put in a class action suit, and I believe they got to open up like 15 more dispensaries for minority owned. You know, now I don't know if that'll be black, but it's just the fact that they make the prices crazy high.
Right.
And it's kind of like a lottery system. So it's like it may be a $20,000 to $30,000 application fee depending on what state you're in, and say you put in the application and I put in the application.
Right.
If we both fit the criteria, someone got to pick. Say if they only got room for one.
Right.
So how do they pick you or me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's when politics can come into play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it could be a lot of bullshit. So you know who's the governor? And then if they pick me and not you, you don't get your money back for your application. So what happens with that bread? Like most of us don't got money to just put into the air, hoping on a wishing on a prayer like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like it's got to be a lot of adjustments and a lot of work has to be done. But I think it's very important that we stay involved. You know
Absolutely. What I mean? We need to benefit from that. Like you said, you know, the fate of a lot of these motherfucking charges and a lot of the convictions fall on our backs. So now they opening up the market for people to make money off the shit, big money, and there's money there. So, you know, we definitely need to get in on that. Make sure that we passing laws to get in on that shit. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
Yeah, so I appreciate that's a good way to start the show. You know, I don't know what's going on back there, but we got some crazy shit. It's all good though. Got motherfucking rap legend Chi Ali in the building, man. Episode 7. Glad you could make it, brother.
I'm glad to be here. Pardon me, I was a little late. We had to find parking.
Yeah, that traffic out there was vicious, man. I was just talking about that.
Something going on though.
It's a marathon. It's a marathon. Right, so it's people jumping out in the street trying to catch up.
When we got off like the 395, it was retarded.
Yeah.
I couldn't even go to New York Ave. I had to go like take North Capitol.
Yeah. I had to take M Street, get around to go to Florida.
My DC knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Big shouts to my young boy Q. My boy Q, he had a Waldorf. That's my little bro. He drove me out here.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
He's a native of the DMV. And I want to know, Q, why did I have to show you the alternate route? You know what I'm saying? We got to work on it. We got to get him in D.C. a little.
You got to get him out in the city a little bit more. We got to get you out of Waldorf.
Yeah,
you know
get him out of Wink.
It's all good.
He be in VA a lot. He work out in VA now.
All right. I'm out of Waldorf too, so I can relate. But I grew up in these parts right here, so I'm familiar. But
so you know the struggle.
I know the struggle, man. Yo, matter of fact, that's where I ran into you at. Out motherfucking LA
I want to
Fitness.
say to all my DMV peoples that invite me out and I don't make it, it's because I live in Waldorf. Like it's not that I don't want to go, yo. Yeah. it'll get late. Motherfucker might eat. You start thinking about that ride. Yeah. And I'll be like, damn, I'm going to have some drinks. I got to worry about these police on the way back.
Oh, yeah. Hey, look, that's the other thing. When my co-host get here, she be like, man, every time I'm about to head back out there, she be like, oh, yeah, you about to go back out there Wakanda and shit. She call it John Wakanda.
Yeah, you know when you tipsy, like, you got to be on, because so many people die, get killed on 210.
Oh, yeah.
That it's high activity.
And
high
like you said,
activity.
12 out there strong,
so
too.
You
So you definitely got to
be
watch
sharp.
that. Sheriff, yeah.
You know what I mean? Not just with your speed, but if you're drinking and, you know, if we out in D.C. partying.
Yeah, no doubt.
So don't take it personal. If I say I'm coming and don't come, it probably just got late, and I was thinking about that ride on 210, all right?
Facebook Live right there.
Peace,
What's
y'all.
up, baby?
Right.
Chiali in the motherfucking building.
Big shouts to my boy Al over at Hustle Gang in New York City. He hit me off with some dope shit.
Okay.
And my boy he hit me off with some Aku shit. You know, we on the
That's the TIP line right there.
T.I., you know what I'm
for
saying?
For sure.
They showed me mad love. And I just like supporting black shit, you know, especially with the climate, with everything that's going on. Because it's funny, I got to post a picture and shit, because so many of my niggas, like, I've seen posting, like Gucci is just fly, like, yo, this shit is fly. And my shit is like, that shit is alright.
Yeah.
We make it fly. Like, we make shit fly.
We just had that. We was talking about that last week,
like,
man.
To me, this hat is mean. It's a like, my name is Chiali, but you see, it's a
Aku joint. Yeah,
it's a Aku joint. It got the B on it. It's a Muhammad Ali hat, actually.
Shouts to T.I., man.
If
definitely.
Gucci made this, it would be hot, because T.I. made it. It ain't as hot.
Right.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's
like,
crazy.
We gotta stop being like just dumb.
We gotta support our own, baby, no matter what, man.
Being dumb
we just had that conversation on last week's show. We was saying how, you know, basically we make all the styles hot. And, you know what I'm saying, we need to benefit off that shit.
And it's like, they gave me this shit, but even if I paid, like, shit, I would have paid probably $2, $3, you know what I'm saying? I would have paid $400-$500 maybe for this outfit. Mm-hmm. Versus Gucci, the hat would have been $500.
$500 alone, yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's cool if you got it. I get it. We don't be having nothing. So when we finally get shit, we got to show the world.
Got to flex a little bit.
Right,
so right.
I get it. You know what I'm saying? I've been fucked up too. It's like, and I get it. Black people, we used to be so poor that it's like, when we finally get shit, it's like, nigga, world, I got it. Yeah, I'm getting me some jewelry. I'm getting a car. I got some money.
Right.
It's fucked up because it's hard for the people after a while to be happy for you. Like the whole shit with Floyd, with all that Gucci shit. It's like, yo, my nigga, I love Floyd. I fuck with Money Team members. I fuck with Floyd. His stance on Gucci is ignorant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Ignorant as hell.
But
made a lot of people mad about that shit, for real.
He needs to be brought up to light on certain things.
He do. He really do. What I'm
saying is this. How could you not feel better about wearing some black shit? How can you feel good about, at 42 years old, when you got 100 cars, 100 houses, 100 clothes, just going and give a store $500,000 when everybody, like, at this point in my life, before I spend $500,000 on some clothes, like, Q got to have $100,000 in the bank. Yeah. Like, the motherfuckers that's close to me got to be situated, and everybody that's close to him ain't situated.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. That's what
and I'm not saying he owed him nothing, because I'm sure a lot of people he's paying to do little of nothing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, why the fuck we gonna just give some motherfuckers a bunch of money after they just blatantly disrespected us?
Yeah. I think it's more evident now. So, you know, now that it's in our faces and we see it, we got to dead it. We got to dead that shit.
What I tell a lot
of my not even deal with it no more.
You know, I work with my son and Tamika Mallory and a lot of different people with the movement. And like a lot of my peoples that's still wearing it, it's like, yo, fuck Gucci, fuck all of that shit. If you see your man taking a stance, like if I fuck with you and she like, fuck him, and I really fuck with you, I don't care if I wore her shit all last week. I'm not wearing it no more, because that's my man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So my shit to my niggas is like, why wouldn't you just support something I'm doing off the strength, and it's positive?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm pushing dope. It's not like I'm telling you, yo, just hold me down. I'm doing some. I'm pushing some good shit, and you just gonna, some niggas just gonna be negative just cause, like, it's just fuck that. I'ma still wear Gucci. Right,
it's the mindset. It's the mindset.
But when it be people our age, bro, it's like it's not excusable.
It's whack.
It's like at some point it's not excusable because you're not a kid, man.
Got Tangy just stepped in the building. What's up, Tangy?
Pardon the energy change.
That
sorry.
traffic was a beast, yeah.
You know what? It's traffic from the time I walked out of the door
That shit was
because they
bad.
had my whole neighborhood blocked off.
Yeah, that
My
shit
whole-
crazy,
you at?
man.
I'm like down there, like Benning Road.
Okay.
All that's blocked off. For DuPont Park.
She in the hood.
You know,
Yeah,
She-
my
she
wife.
know his shit.
My daughter used to go to school over there. She used to go to KIP over there. That's my word. At least.
hey, what's your
At
connection?
least once a month they send a letter like it was a shooting. We had the kids in the gym. Don't worry, everyone
Right.
is safe.
Oh, you know.
Well, what is your connection to DC though? Because you
I'm
hit.
saying my wife moved to DMV to Maryland
Oh,
when I
okay.
was locked up. So when I came home, I was down here. I came down
Right.
here.
She from New York too though.
She's from the Bronx.
Okay.
But she's been down here since I think '04.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I think since '04.
So you hit, man. So what you think about like the culture in DC compared to the I mean, because I know the Bronx, man. That's where the shit started. That's where hip hop started. So
I mean,
culturally,
I'm a New York boy.
no doubt.
However, DC is like a good runner up, especially on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? Like during the week, shit just closed down too early.
Right,
everywhere
right.
else.
Because people got to work. You know what I'm saying?
But
People
see, like,
working and shit.
That's the beauty of New York. Like New York, I don't give a fuck what time it is. If you want some good food, I don't care what genre of food.
Right.
You can get it. You know what I'm saying? You just got to know who to call. If you don't, you might not be from there, but if you know people that's from there that know, you can get it. If you need smoke, if you want to hang out, whatever you need, it's available at all times. And when you grow up a customer that, like I'm a night guy. Sometimes I
Right,
wake up
right.
and want to do something. I be hungry. Want to eat? It's like yo, other than McDonald's and Applebee's or something.
Ain't nothing
it's
cracking.
done.
Right, right. I
Yeah,
feel
like,
you. I feel you.
so but I think DC is to me it's like a mini New York. So I think the culture is similar. I mean the slang is of course a little different.
Right.
But for the most part, I think DC is very similar. Now out where we at is a little slow.
I know.
That shit is the country. It sticks.
Right,
It
right.
woods. But I love DC, and I didn't realize DC has such a hip hop culture.
Right,
Like
right.
I wasn't aware of that until hit the side of that kid for me. Until I came out here and started moving around. Like
Right,
DC
right.
it's really like a mini New York.
No
bro.
doubt, no doubt. So, so you familiar with the area, man? It's not every day that we have a rap legend in our backyard. So you know what I'm saying? It's great to have you on board, and we got that culture bubbling right here too, man. As a fan, you know, I gotta dip into some of these questions I've been dying to know. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, listening to you and shit. You know what I mean? Like we around the same age, but still, like when I was coming up, it wasn't no teenage rappers. You know what I'm saying? So like. You was like the one that was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Not only is you around my age, but you know, nigga got style and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it was different from like crisscross and that type of shit at the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, you know, it was fresh, it was clean.
It was more generic too. It was like crisscross was dope, but you know they was wearing the clothes.
Yeah, we
Like
wasn't
a
really
little-
feeling
like
that
a
here in
inside out.
DC. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Everybody wasn't doing it.
Exactly.
I was more, you know, if you was the average kid where, you know, and you wore your Butters or you wore your New
Your
Balance.
J's or whatever. Yeah, exactly.
Like that, I was someone you could relate to. Like,
Exactly.
oh, shit, shorty, yeah, you know.
That's why people was checking for you down here too. But you started so early in the game. Like I remember the first time I even seen you was in the Buddy video with De La.
I was off beat like a ball.
You was dancing around. I was like this little
Ding
kid.
dong, ding dong. I was dancing to Chinese music or something.
Like how'd you get into that video?
Big shouts and rest in peace to Baby Chris.
Baby Chris,
Lady.
Baby Chris,
You
no
know,
doubt.
Chris had signed me, but that was even before I was signed.
Okay.
At the time, I'm from the Bronx. Latifah was staying with her two dancers who lived in Co-op City in the Bronx. So, it just so happened it was like one summer Latifah used to always be around, and MC Light and Special Ed, like all the rappers used to just come and chill. They used to come up there and smoke and have fish fries, and I was the little kid from the neighborhood, but the Allison and Kika, the Safari sisters, Latifah's two dancers.
Okay.
They were from Co-op, so they like went to high school with my older brothers.
Okay.
So I was like little Chi, you know,
Yeah, little
cute
bro,
kid from the
little bro.
neighborhood.
Right,
you know?
right.
So they more or less took me under the wing, and I used to see all the rappers and be like, "Can I come up?" And yeah, come on, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it was that type thing, and I guess I remember the day they was doing the Buddy video shoot. I know I forget exactly how it happened, but they had told me like, "Yo, De La's doing the shoot. You coming?" Like, hell yeah, we're missing for the world.
Right.
You know?
Hell
And
nah.
I don't remember if I went with Latifah or with Baby Chris, but it was like that really was when I really was, I think, accepted as like the little bruh.
So you was an honorary native tongue member from that point on.
From then on. And it was me and Jeff. I don't know if you remember Jeff. He used to talk on the De La Soul songs. He was a young kid. He used to be like, yo, this is Jeff. If you go back to some of the De La Soul skits and they first,
I just remember Prince Paul. I don't really remember Jeff.
They had a little kid because a lot of people used to think I was Jeff.
That was you. Oh, okay.
It was Jeff and I in the video, and I'm not sure if Jeff passed recently. I feel like he might have passed. I feel like he might have had cancer or something because I think his son follows me. But if not, I know he's sick. If he's passed, rest in peace. If not, my apologies and big shouts to Jeff. You know what I mean?
For sure. So did Baby Chris introduce you to rap? Or when I say Baby Chris, for those that don't know, you know what I'm saying? Chris Lighty, Violator Records, Violators Management.
I can't say he introduced me to rap. He introduced me to the industry.
Okay. Who introduced you to rap, though? Like, how'd you start writing and all that old stuff?
Just life introduced me to rap. Like, my earliest memories is like coming home from school, doing my homework, putting on like Video Soul, waiting, hoping a rap video come on. Back then, you might see an MC Light video or Self Destruction.
Yes, sir.
You had to wait for Rap City, you know that. Like,
or Yo MTV Raps or something, right.
So in Yo MTV and Video Music Box, the box, like so. My earliest memories is like coming home from school. I remember when I was like 11, 12, my dad had bought me like some turntables. He bought me some 1200s, and I used to go to the Wiz in Bay Plaza when I got my little money.
Nobody beats the Wiz.
My albums and my 12 inches and
sure.
make my little mix CDs. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I just always liked music. But when I think about it, like all my friends, we all did the same shit. So it wasn't like I was doing something special. At some point, my dad, I guess when I was about maybe 9 or 10, my dad used to take me out to Queens to these African manhood classes.
Okay.
And the instructor, can I get a water, please, someone? But the instructor, he used to make us write poetry. You know, he used to teach us a whole bunch of different shit. Real pro-black, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, oh yeah.
But he used to make us write poetry sometimes. So I had wrote a poem, which actually turned out to be like the first rap, my first rap. You know what I mean? Thank you, big bro. So the poem turned out to be my first rap.
Right.
But at the time when I wrote it, it was just a poem.
Mm-hmm.
3-4 years later, when I was with Chris and them, I was like, I got a rhyme, and I said the poem.
That was the joint. Okay.
So it was like I was always into music, but I think all of us was, right.
Just growing up in that era.
This age group, like we came around the time when Run and the Fat Boys. Like I remember.
Yeah.
Listening to Red Alert, waiting for the mix. I remember like crying. I wake up at 2 a.m. because I fell asleep right before the Rap Attack came on. Like then, because it would come on at 9 or 10, whatever. And I'd be like, real shit. Mommy, I told you to wake me up.
That's real shit.
My mom's be like, I fell asleep too. Shit.
Yeah. Man, hip hop, baby. That's what's up, man. So your first joint was on the Black Sheep album, Past the 40.
Right.
Black Sheep's debut album, A Wolf in Sheep's Clothing, actually. So how did that come about? Because you was like the second verse on that song. So that was a nice little part that you played in that whole track, how that came together. How did that come about?
First, big shouts to Black Sheep, Drez Long.
And by the way, I used to think Drez was your brother, though.
Everybody thought that.
I really
and it
thought
was the type thing where we just ran with it, like we never denied it.
Yeah.
But, and Drez and I, we've lived together, so we like brothers. I mean, our families is...
Y'all favorite. At least back then.
No, I think
favorite.
they still do.
Yeah. Definitely.
We just getting old. But I guess when around the time when I came on board, when I started working with Chris, when he first signed me, he was managing Black Sheep, and they were working on their album. So I was just around when they were recording their album a lot, and being that once Chris signed me and I was the next project, I guess it was natural for me to be on the song on the album. And
introduce the world to you.
Right, but it was a lot of times Chris was busy because he was managing Jungle and Tribe.
Right.
Doing working with Red and getting label deals. And so a lot of times there will be a situation where if Black Sheep had a studio, Chris may bring me down there and be like, I'll be back.
Okay.
And me and Drez, by default, ended up just bonding. And the fact that we resembled each other, played into it, and we just ran with it.
Nice.
Big shouts to Drez.
Big shouts to Drez, still out here doing his thing, man. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, and April 4th, I believe he'll be in Baltimore with Cool G Rap. So
Okay.
if you're in the DMV, go
G
check him
Rap.
out. Cool G Rap and the Black Sheep.
One of my fucking favorites, man.
Yeah.
I swear to God, G Rap. He's still smash niggas. Still to this day.
And we got like a bunch of shit going on. Like
We gonna talk about some of that shit
2019
too.
thus far has been good. As long as
Let's
I
get
can
some
keep
of-
my wife to not divorce me, it'll be great.
Oh man. So we talked about Baby Chris, man. You know, he was very influential in your career and just in the culture, period, man. Like, but I also heard that, you know, he had a reputation on the streets, man. That's really how it got started with the Violators. Yeah, so talk a little bit about, you know, how that transition from the street to the record industry, how that came about.
Well, I'm saying I was young, so a lot of it was the Violator stories. For me, was stories like it wasn't when I was around,
Right?
Or I used to hang out a lot with them, but I guess the tension, the reputation was made already, or wasn't made when I was around. But you know, they was basically a crew from the Bronx and Harlem, and they basically held Red Alert down, more or less. That's how they started.
Okay.
Okay. And they just, just regular kids from the Bronx and Harlem, but just wasn't no suckers.
Yeah.
They wasn't troublemakers. They wasn't extra killers or nothing. They just wasn't no suckers. And they, was gonna go.
That's what's up.
And I'm not exactly sure how the name formed. You gotta ask Red Alert how they formed it, because it's a good story behind it. I feel like I just heard it. But they ran with it, and from that, the Violators wasn't to be violated.
I heard that was the case, man. No, that's what's up, man. So what was it like? I mean, I know at the time you was just coming home when you heard about the passing of Chris Lighty, man. How did that affect you? Because I mean, that was kind of like your big brother in a sense.
It was ill because I think I came home. I feel like I came home on a Tuesday, and like maybe he died like that Thursday.
Okay.
Or like the following Tuesday. It wasn't long. Like I had just came home. I mean, it was bug because Drez had hit me, was like, "Yo, Chris want to see you." So I'm like, all right, Chris probably gonna give me some money.
That's a bet, right? Right.
Or may have some type of situation or ideas. He got on his mind for me. But it wasn't meant for me to see the bro again. I remember Mice. It was me, Mice, and was Mike with us? I know I was with Mice. I was at the post office on 149th in the Grand Concourse, and Drez called me and was like, "Yo, you heard? Chris died?" And I'm like, "Nah." He's like, "Word? They saying he killed himself." And I was like, "Wow." And I told Mice, and it was like, as I was telling Mice, I don't know if he was on the phone or getting a text, but he was like, "Yo," like he was getting the news at basically the same time. So it was just like, wow. I mean, for me, I was going a long time, so
yeah.
I guess it probably didn't hit me as hard. I was still overwhelmed with freedom and a lot going on with my life. And I hadn't seen him in so long, so it may not have hit me as hard. But and then I was so out the loop because everybody was saying, "Oh, he didn't kill himself. It was this. It was that." Right. So people were asking me, and I'm like, "I was in jail. I don't have a clue." Really. I was totally clueless. So it was just one of those things, man. And I attended the services and paid my respects, bro. Like I said, rest in peace,
Chris.
Rest in peace,
man. Baby Chris, man. Definitely did a lot for the hip hop culture as a whole. So, what's up, man? You got anything?
I'm just listening.
You taking all the history in there.
Yes.
So as a fan, again, I gotta know. You know what I'm saying? That was my era and shit. So you know what I mean. I was a huge De La Tribe fan. Just off the break. Latifah was doing her thing. Just the whole fucking Native Tongue crew. How did that shit, like, not how. What I want to know is, what was it like? Like, what was it like being around all them great MCs as youngsters coming up? They was all hungry and the culture was so rich at that time. What was that shit like?
I mean, I think it was definitely a great experience. I'm not gonna say I took it for granted. I was young, and a lot of times when you going through greatness, you don't really realize it. Mm-hmm. It's like when you the artist and you got that album that's going diamond, you doing shows and moving so much, you don't realize that you're like on top of the world with this music shit right now. So I didn't really realize it because I was young and it was just so much going on. But I was just, and like I used to love the Jungle Brothers. Like, so
they were dope, man. They was dope.
To be like, just, I mean, all the Native, but just to be in their circumference, and like these was the motherfuckers I came home to watch their videos.
right.
Like KRS-One. My nigga, like KRS-One, like when I did a show with KRS-One, it was like, yo, like to me that was a big deal. Like shows with Big Daddy Kane and Biz, like these is dudes that like from when I can remember, I'm going to these shows. Like one of the first rap shows I went to, my dad took me to the Apollo. It was the Juice Crew All Stars.
Nice.
Biz,
Cool G Rap.
I remember G Rap missed the show. He was in the car accident.
Oh shit. Craig G.
Everybody was there except G Rap. I'll never forget it. I wore my brother's brown leather suit. Word to mother, yo. It's certain shit I'll never forget. Yeah. Biz jumped out. He had the big nose. This one Pick and Boogie. He jumped out.
Yeah.
That's how he came on stage. The shit was amazing, yo. Like
That's
this
tight.
shit was amazing. Like it left an indelible print in my mind. You know
you never forget that. Never forget that. So talking about Biz, shout out to Biz Marquis.
Biz
we gonna be
Maryland too, right?
we gonna be honoring him next week at the Hip Hop Museum DC. He's gonna be inducted into the Hip Hop Museum. You know what I'm saying? Hall of Fame.
That's what's up.
Also, your peoples, the Beatnuts, did your whole first album. They gonna be honored too. They
Next
gonna
week?
be next week. You gonna have to come through.
What's the date?
16th.
We're gonna have to
talk. We're gonna talk after the show.
Mice got a show. I'm supposed to perform with Mice at SOBs.
We're gonna talk after the show. We gonna talk because they gonna be here. We inducted them too.
It's the 16th.
The 16th is all day, 12 p.m. to 12 a.m.
I might be able to do early and then jump on the road.
But see, Beatnuts gonna be performing live like later though. It's gonna be like a job like late show. Yeah. You might miss Psycho Les and Juju, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. We're going to see.
We might have to work it out, man. But they going to be here. They going to be in town. Talk about working with them for the first album. Because at the time, I mean, the Beatnuts, as a production team and as a rap group, they was cranking. Like, they was hitting on all cylinders, you know what I'm saying, at that time.
For sure.
So to have them produce your whole first album, what was that experience like? You know what I'm saying? Your debut, you working with, you know what I'm saying, seasoned production team. And they Lyfe from the Bronx a little bit. Wasn't one of them from the Bronx?
Queens.
They're from Queens?
They're from Queens. They're from Corona.
From Corona, okay.
Yeah, they're from Corona.
So what was that experience like having them kind of, you know what I'm saying, help you with that first album?
Les and Juju and Fashion, big shouts to all of them. But Les and Juju for the most part. Fashion is the third member of the Beatnuts who really just rhymed. But he really wasn't as much a part of the process as Les and Juju were. But like Les and Juju more or less made my first album, bro.
Yeah.
Like it was like I said, Chris was really busy. So when we finished Black Sheep's album, when we started working on my album, it was like Chris would drop me at Calliope and Les and Juju would be there, and it would be the three of us and our engineer. Mm-hmm. And I was more or less under their tutelage. Like they made sure I was made sure I ate. I remember that's when St. Ives, they used to give me St. Ives and spin me around in these type chairs.
Oh, shit.
Get
you fucked up.
Chris used to come back like, what the fuck are y'all doing, man? Y'all supposed to be making records. Y'all,
how old were you? About 15?
I was younger than that. I was 13, like 13, 14, because we was recording.
Oh, wow.
Chris used to be like, y'all using the little man as a guinea pig, man.
Y'all trying to turn them out.
But they was, at the time, they probably was like 18.
Yeah. That's part of the game. You know what I mean? That's part of how growing up. Yeah, no doubt.
Like they helped raise me in this
OGs,
shit, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like I give them, I pay homage, bro.
No doubt.
They helped raise me in this shit for sure, man.
It's gonna be good. I was definitely a big fan of them, man. That Intoxicated Demons EP, man, one of my favorite joints, man. Rain of the Tech.
Beatnuts is dope.
Dope as shit, man. So let's fast forward because you got some stuff going on nowadays. You know what I'm saying? You're doing a lot in the community, man, and you're telling your story. So talk about this bio doc that you're working on right now. What's up with that?
Okay. Well, I basically partnered up with my boys from Versus. They came to me and was like, they basically was some white guys that was skateboarders, but into the hip hop backpack era, era of hip hop, and they was like, we loved your music and we'd like to do like a series on we want to do a 6-part series on certain old school rappers, but it'll be like a documentary style. He was like, we want to do you, Sadat X, and they had a few more people in mind.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, I was with it. And I jumped on board. They was like, we'll compensate you and all of that. And it started out as work and it turned into like us being damn near like family, like for real, for real.
Wow.
And I mean, so much to the point that they went so far over budget. I think they've done Sadat's project, but that's it. But they went way over budget with my project. But we basically went back to where I grew up at from, a kid, got into the hip hop, got into what happened with my case. And we just moved around for about 2-3 years. We got everyone from Fat Joe to Dave East, different motherfuckers in it that I was just Red Alert that I was just crossing paths with throughout the filming of it. And we've actually been finished for about a year. We just had to catch up with Fat Joe.
Okay.
So it was just, little complications. Cause,
Joey Crack.
Joey,
He's a busy
Crack,
man these days.
All the way up. He's back.
He's back like a motherfucker. Hell yeah.
So, once we got Joe, we basically been finished, and they had entered it into a few film festivals. We still waiting to hear back from a lot of film festivals.
Okay.
And we're gonna have a big premiere in New York.
Nice.
And my documentary just got entered into the Beverly Hills Film Festival.
I saw that.
And it's going to be on opening night, April 3rd. So
Congratulations on that.
Want to go on to Cali, April 3rd to April 7th, the Beverly Hills Film Festival. But my documentary will be shown on the 3rd.
Okay.
I believe it's at 6 or 6:45. I'm not sure. But and if I know you and you come, I got you. If I don't know you and you come, the tickets is only $17.
Okay, not bad. Not bad.
Yeah. I mean, if I don't know you, I don't know you.
Right, for sure.
But if I know you, I got you. Especially if you come to Cali. But if you can't come, it's no pressure. We're gonna have a nice big premiere in New York, and then we'll probably shop it around. I don't know. I can't say if it's gonna be on Netflix or Hulu, or HBO, or this or that. I guess my producers is gonna, seeking out the best options.
Netflix would be a good home for that junk.
Yeah,
they got a lot of good hip hop documentaries on there, a lot of good hip hop content, man.
I know.
Be a good look.
We were in talks with a few people, Netflix being one of them.
Okay, I would love to
they
see
were
that
explaining
shit.
to me the licensing of a lot of the music can run high into the 6 figures.
Okay,
and so with a lot of the license, is what was really holding a lot of the things up, because like people don't understand that shit is expensive.
Yeah, no, I can dig that.
But I'm really excited. Big shouts to my producer Tom and my boy JB. I'm really excited because it's big that it's into the Beverly Hills Film Festival, so we looking forward to that. And along with that, I wrote an autobiography. I wrote when I was in prison, and I'm self-publishing, and I just sent it to print. Mm-hmm. So, once I'm going on a tour, I'm going to Europe on a tour. I leave in March till mid-April.
Okay.
So once I come back in April, we'll definitely be launching the book. And we're gonna definitely have a book release party in DC.
All right,
yes.
We'll be there.
So
we'll definitely be there.
It's definitely gonna be dope. So come out,
yes,
show some
keep us
love.
posted on that, man. We in there.
I think gonna be probably $20. $20. Show me some love. And at the book release party, my brother Tony Lewis will be there, and he has a book called Slug. So
no doubt,
his shit'll be on deck if y'all want to check him out. Another one.
Shout out to Tony Lewis, man.
Yeah,
Tony Lewis Jr. always doing big things for our city.
We're gonna
man.
try to make it big and make it nice. It's gonna be nice, have nice ambiance, and my boy Picasso is gonna have a little art show for y'all, and maybe have one or two performers.
Okay.
We're gonna make it nice. Get a few heads to come through. Try to sell some books and just have a good evening.
That's gonna be a great
get the
look.
word
man.
out
Good
there.
time.
Yeah.
And just get ready. Everybody, y'all can follow me at ChialiBX on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. The website is ChialiBX. Once the book is ready, y'all could pick up your book on the website. It'll also be on Amazon. But fuck with the website. Show me some love.
Oh, we gonna fuck with you for sure. You family.
Amazon take a lot of your money, but it's cool. Some people trust a reputable name. They I don't know about this website.
Yeah.
So you want to have it there, but shit, they take a big percent. So
that's Amazon.
Feel free, come to my website, man. I just want to give you your book for your money. I don't want to jip you. It don't come with them fraudulent credit cards.
Nah,
you don't want that.
Please don't. No. Good business only, man. Good business only.
No, please.
Legit business only, man.
I have only Cash App.
Yeah,
I don't know yet. We got to figure it out. Word, because that shit is serious. They was telling me that like when you deal with Amazon and PayPal and these different companies, that like if you might buy 100 books with a fraudulent credit card.
Yeah.
And I send you the books, you get your books, I get my money. But then when she reports her credit card stolen, they immediately taking that money from me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And putting it back in her shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm losing off the rip. I'm thinking I sold 100 books, and I really just got booked for 100 books. You know what I mean?
They straight got you.
But it's different. It's different procedures you can take to make sure these type things don't happen. So we getting everything
we
down.
Gonna get it right.
By the time we ready, don't ready. By the end by May 1st, when release time, everything be ready
straight.
for you.
Okay. Be straight. Look, man, we don't want to really get into the case and all that shit. But if there was anything that you could say to the young people, young folks, you know what I'm saying, about your situation, your life, how things turned out, and how you back. You know what I'm saying? You on your shit now. You back on the scene. You living positive. You doing the right things, man. Living right. What would you say to them? Because coming up, you know what I'm saying, you wasn't known as a gangster rapper. You know what I'm saying? You was clean cut, smooth. You know what I'm saying? Player type dude. Trying to get with the youngins or whatever. But then got caught up in some other shit. You know what I'm saying? So what would you based on your experiences, what would you tell the youth?
I would tell the youth. A few things, but two main things. Three main things. One is I don't want to preach, so I say
drop them jewels,
every
though.
Situation, weigh out your pros and cons. We oftentimes look at the pros, think, well, shit, if I do this, I'll be good, yeah. But we don't think, but if I get caught, you know what I mean? In worst case scenario, we always think best case scenario. So my thing is weigh out worst case and best case scenario. And at the end of the day, if you feel like it's still worth it, you're a grown up. It's consequences though. I can't tell you what to do, but I'd advise you to, go the path that definitely brings less harm and destruction to others in your community first. Second, I would say realize that 30 seconds, like one decision, can change your whole life, everything. And that's why it's important to go to the first thing I said, of really thinking and weighing out your options, because it's like oftentimes we get mad and we get, especially black people, when we get mad, I don't give a fuck. We go back to the Holy Grail. I don't give a fuck. And when we don't give a fuck, you don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And that's when bad things
happen.
Yeah. And at some point, you got to give a fuck.
Yeah.
And that's something I'm learning as an adult and maturing and growing up. Like, you got to give a fuck, though. Not giving a fuck is why you was jammed up.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And lastly, just to, in life, have balance, man. Like, you can't just read and not work out. You can't just work out and not read. You want to give yourself options, have balance. If you just into the streets and you don't got no book smarts, that's no good. You don't want to just have street knowledge and no book knowledge and no book knowledge. And you want to have balance. Just get balance in your life. You know what I mean? And just experience new things. Don't be afraid to explore, like, outside your neighborhood and different places, man. And there's just so many ways nowadays to get bread. Like, it's not really excuses for everybody. For most people, it's not excuses. Some people grow up in fucked up situations, and I get it, but that ain't everybody's situation. You know what I mean? So most of us don't got an excuse. We know the system's against us. We know all of that.
Right.
But it's about if we gonna stay in America, we got to navigate our way around the system. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
You got to make it work, make it life work for you. You know what I mean?
And you do a lot of work with my son. You mentioned him a few times.
I mean, I'm
in
the DC jail like once a month. You know what I mean?
And you've worked with Tony Lewis before too.
I worked with Tony Lewis, with my boy Corey, my boy Terrence, my boy Kurt at Dunbar High. We there once a week. You know, we around, man. We doing what we can, and I swear, like, it's not the money.
Yeah.
It's not the money, bro. Like, we not
definitely not the money.
It's not the money, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's
it's
why
the
we
love,
got
man.
the books and different shit to help get the money. You know what I mean? But
Right.
like for me, it's the love, and I just hate to see my people like, yo, when I go into DC jail, like I don't give a fuck what dorm, what house I go into, it's nothing but black people.
Wow.
Like it may be 1-2 white people, if that. In certain houses, like the shit is just sometimes after a while it gets sad. Like it's like, yo, what's up? Like why it's just us? Like nah, what's up?
Yeah.
So you know, it's 2019. We know what it is, so we got to do better now.
No doubt
You know
about
what I
it.
mean?
No doubt about it. Well, that's about it for us, man. The rap legend Chia Ali.
Thank you for having me, my brother.
Thank you for coming through. Appreciate you, bro.
Queen.
Thank you.
We
What's
definitely gonna be in touch with you, man, and stay hip to what's going on. Real quick before we roll, when is the bio doc dropping again?
The biodoc will be at the Beverly Hills Film Festival April 3rd.
April 3rd, okay. And then
April
we'll watch
3rd.
out for the releases
Right,
after
we'll
that.
have a New York premiere, different premieres, different places. But April 3rd, Beverly Hills. If you're out there, hit me up. I'll make sure you Gucci.
Got
Or
you.
you good. Fuck Gucci. We
No
outta
doubt. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Hey, that's about it for us, man. We catch y'all next week, same time, same place, 12 noon, right here on Listen Vision Radio, WLVS Radio. Make sure y'all keep it locked. We got the Kane, Eddie Kane coming in. I was about to say Eddie Kane Jr., man.
Oh, my
I'm thinking about
God.
5 Heartbeats. Nah, Eddie Kane with the Eddie Kane Show coming up next, baby. 15-time award-winning Eddie Kane with the Eddie Kane Show. Keep it locked.